All right, what is up? I'm here with Malice Machine.
How's it going?
Good. So first of all, just introduce yourself to anyone who's watching.
I'm Sin, and this is Julie X.
Julie X, hello.
All right, and so what do you both do?
As far as what?
Oh, just like who does what on your music and stuff.
Oh, well, we do like a thing that we've kind of coined the term for. I mean, what? We've coined a thing like called agrotech, and it's like basically a combination of a bit of aggro, and like just punk. I mean, it's actually aggro punk. I'm sorry, not agrotech. What am I saying? Aggro punk. They're shorter songs. I designed them to be like just more, like just right to the point. Not like an agrotech song would be a lot longer,
right?
And just, and sometimes a lot of parts. It's just direct like a punk song, and people have noted that we like have an agrotech, like they've noted agrotech in the songs,
right?
So it just before we released the album, we decided we'd call it agrotech, and it just fit.
And so where'd your band name come from?
Well, we wanted it to have like a kind of an angrier nature. Actually, I'm an angry dude. I have my moments of, not the best life, growing up. So it's just, I'm an aggressive person, in my head, that just fit to be like a buzzsaw Malice Machine, naturally I'm a pussycat, but it just worked. It was an appropriate name. We names are hard.
Yeah,
the hardest thing in the world to come up with. We went through 1 million.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
about 1 million of them.
Yeah, and it's like it just. There is something else. I'll be honest. It was a show called Machines of Malice. It was like, I think it was on like I don't know, History Channel or something. Yeah. It was like ancient torture devices. But so I did pull a little from that. I just shortened it to Malice Machine.
I mean, you gotta pull a little bit from somewhere once in a while.
Yeah, man. It's hard to. Being original is really tough.
It really is.
Yeah, there was a Malice Machine before us. It was a metal band. There's always a metal band called something that you've come up with.
Always.
But they were long gone. 2 kids. They I was like, oh man, there's a metal band naturally called Malice Machine. But, they faded. They weren't. They were from Texas. They were just 2 kids that probably disbanded or whatever. So we claimed the name.
Okay, so you all right. So how do you decide which songs get music videos?
Yeah, that's a tough one. We did so far. We're only doing 2 off of this album. A song called Hyena, which seemed like really appropriate. It was a good song to do a video to.
Yeah.
The other one was a remake of a Trans X song called "Living on Video." Really old 1982 song that needed an update.
I actually agree. I don't think I had ever heard the original until I went back and listened to it after I heard your version of it, and I'm like, oh wow, that needed that remake.
52 million views for the original.
Yeah.
52 million, man. So I guess they were kind of known. But yeah, it's hard to find remakes too. It's a tough thing finding a good remake. Except
it is.
The old Depeche Mode remake or, we were looking for something completely different, something that
Exactly. Like,
yeah.
Matt loved the Depeche
Yeah.
Mode, but I feel like every band I listen to has done at least one Depeche Mode cover.
We did one once.
Oh, yeah,
we
we
did
did.
Stripped. It's on YouTube. It's a style we don't associate with anymore. We moved on. We're just
Yeah.
We considered this album what we are now and what we'll continue to be.
Mhm.
We had 2 albums before this, but we just don't associate with them anymore. We wouldn't do the material live. We consider ourselves aggro punk now, and that's what we're going to be. Like everything we release, like singles coming up and things like that, will always be, in this style.
Yeah.
Bands evolve.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how'd you what visually inspired the couple of music videos you made for this album?
Well, Hyena, there was no doubt. I don't like getting into politics or anything.
Right.
I avoid that like the plague.
I understand.
I don't even associate with any of that. I just felt that it was about the people that are in power are pretty much messing us up. They're not. I don't think any of them have our best interest in mind. And the song is about them. It's like they're not. They don't have our best interest in at heart. So they're almost like hyenas to me. So that's what the song is about. And it's probably one of the only songs I would write in that style of social. More like political statement.
Yeah.
I take no sides.
Hey, I see you. Mr. William Zimmerman is watching from Mooncoil Media. Shout out to Will.
What's up, William?
Hey, William.
He says y'all need a PR guy who knows what the fuck they're doing.
We're looking hard.
Yeah.
Does he know any?
All right, and I also wanted to ask about specifically in the music which video was it? One of them had text across the screen, like a subliminal.
Oh, that's Living on Video. That felt like it needed a video.
Mm-hmm.
The song, I interpreted the song. It's not the same lyrics as the original. Like the original had living in a computer fairyland.
Right.
Doesn't fit us. So I changed the words a bit.
William says no idea.
Yeah, I took some liberties, and I realized it was about social media.
Yeah.
It's like a giant cesspool, dude. That's the way I feel about it. Everybody's a celebrity now, and everybody's, it's a big toxic dump.
Yeah.
And that's what the song is about. It's just making fun of it. Even though it's ironic because we're putting out a video in social media.
Right.
It's like a double-edged sword, but it's like it's a joke too. There's humor in it. And that is a way we're heading. We're going to add some more dark humor, a little too deadly serious on this album. I just had to get it out. It was just like an angry album, act of self-destruction.
Mm-hmm.
But, we have a couple of songs that we're going to be putting out soon, on Spotify and stuff. We're going to put out singles for a while. And a little bit of a change of direction, but not too much.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely more humor and more, I don't know, a little dark sarcasm, maybe.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
So your new album, Act of Self-Destruction's been out for about a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how's your reception on it been so far? People
reviews are good. They like us. You wouldn't think so on Facebook because nobody ever gives you a thumbs up. It's like you almost feel like shooting yourself sometimes. It's like it's crickets. But apparently William says downloads have gone well. We got some people buying on Bandcamp. Our Spotify numbers have grown. We've seen our our Malice Machine Facebook page has definitely grown.
YouTube video.
Yeah, YouTube videos. Hyena has like 2,100 views. And
nice.
And a decent amount of thumbs up. And it hasn't been out very long. And Living on Video is like up to 1K. And it's only been out like a few days, or like maybe a week. So we know videos are the way to go now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, so we're definitely putting out more, but not for this album. I think that's it for that.
Gotcha. I noticed at the beginning of a couple of the tracks, there was like a little spoken word bit. Was that sampled from something, or is that just you guys?
Yeah, I use samples. You know, I used to use commercial samples for movies and things. I try to avoid them. I'm not saying there isn't one or two on this now, but I try to use more real samples, real people, you know, real dilemma, you know, people that are, you know, have issues, you know, and I try to put them in, you know, so you know, a lot of it isn't movie stuff, you know, as far as the samples go.
Gotcha.
But samples are always fun. You know, they always make a song. They always give a song personality.
Oh, thank you for the stats. Well, he says there's 90 full album downloads, 13 single downloads, and that's well above average.
Pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's better than the last two albums. You know,
Good.
You know, the first one was just like, again, crickets. You know, but it was a guitar like machine rock album. You know, strictly guitar, and we just felt we needed a drastic change. You know, a direction change, and we went a little more dance on the last album.
Right.
You know, and this one we tried to keep more energetic in it, and we've watched people dance, you know, during the set, you know, and I guess that's cool. It works, you know. So we're sticking with that. Getting a little more. We're gonna do a little more of it. And,
I like to get music that, you know, people are gonna feel, get into.
Right.
Yeah, so we like to do heavy beats.
Yeah, heavy beats, definitely.
And plus, he's a bass player, so we
yeah,
do
I am.
I've
always been.
You know, I do the drums, programming. He does pretty much everything else. But yeah, that's what we like to do. We like to get people to feel the music.
Yeah, it's like I haven't written. I don't see us writing a real slow song soon. You know, I'm only faster, and like the BPMs are gonna go up. You know, it's just more energy. You know, it's a more energetic, you know, style.
Right.
Yeah, it's fun to do live on top of that.
Yeah.
Get the audience into your music. It's just, you know,
Yeah.
it's more of a everybody together event when you play live.
Yeah, last album was kind of you know, it was just a little too diverse, I felt. Like a review said that we were like everything, you know, industrial, which he didn't say it in a negative way. He said it was like a badge of honor that we were everything industrial. If you listen to the last album, the songs are just different. Sounds like different bands might have written them. And I was really determined on this album to be more coercive, you know, more like the songs have a definite flow that sound like the same band. And I think I pulled it off. And, you know,
we really worked on simplifying. Yeah, that's really what it was.
Yeah, we tossed out an entire album.
Why, you know, we did. Wow. Actually, we had 14 songs.
Yeah.
And we were like, no, we can't keep doing this. We want something more concise and to the point, which was the punk aspect
simpler
of it. So yeah, that's how we came up with this.
Yeah.
And we're pretty happy with it.
So how'd you come up with the cover art?
That's her. She's the artist. She
I do all the graphics.
I
actually found the photo. Yeah, the photo was found by Sin actually, which was just a great, I don't know, visual. It's just a great visual of active self-destruction. And,
that's where I got the name from. You know,
it was very. Yeah, a lot of anger in that photo, just a lot of feelings of, you know, just anger.
Just burning.
And it was like, that's a great photo. So I just thought of putting it in our logo, which is the saw blade.
Right.
I threw it in there, got some good punk looking letters, act of self-destruction, and you know, put it together. And it was just a simple.
She always does our artwork.
Idea, so.
You know, like all of it. She's a great artist. She's great sketching, and so I trust her. With
don't have a lot of time to do that though. So,
yeah. What would you say is the biggest struggle that you face as a band?
Surviving. There's not a lot of support. Even if you put out good material, not saying we do, but even if you do put out good material, you still might not get supported because you just need a lot of you need to be out there, man. I mean, people need to put your name out. It's hard to get gigs on the East Coast. That's one of the hardest things, man, just getting a gig. Nobody wants to give you a gig. Well, it's not that they don't want to. There's just so many people in line that they have no time. I mean, I contacted somebody recently that we played an event of theirs. They said they're a year backed up. So, you know, it's rough, you know. So we have to go far to play. Like I said, we're going to Texas, you know, and Minnesota to play with Matt Hart.
Yeah, Michigan. We're playing.
Michigan. I'm sorry.
Necto in July.
Yeah. So we have to get cat sitters. We have no choice. Yeah. You know, we can't play on the East Coast. It's hard. Nobody, you know, like it's really hard to get in a place, man. There's just so many bands and so few venues with this style of music, you know.
Right.
Electronic and industrial, or you know, our hybrid style. Very hard. So
you mentioned you have one show in July. Do you have any other shows planned for this year?
Just July, we're playing, you know, at this point, you know, we of course we want more and we love to play all the time, but like I said, the East Coast, it's rough. We have some other things that might happen. You know, we were talking to somebody about, you know, maybe going on a limited run, kind of not a tour, but jumping on their tour a little,
right?
You know, yeah, we'll take what we can get within reason, you know.
Yeah,
a little bar probably wouldn't happen, you know, but
yeah. So we have it's July 15th.
Yeah,
it's in Ann Arbor at Necto.
Yeah, Necto.
So we got that with DJ Remnant's birthday party.
Yeah,
that's what that is, and that's with Matt Hart is going to be with headlining that one. And then we'll be going to Texas later on in July. I'm not sure the date, 26th.
Don't remember. Yeah, like
I'm gonna check our website for that, our Facebook. Have all that posted, but yeah, we've played a few times in Texas, and it's
always
actually
great
a great scene in Texas. We love it out there. We were actually considering moving towards Texas
to get out of here, man, because we can't.
So many venues and just the crowd, people come out.
Yeah.
Compared to,
they don't want to support you here. They don't want to, like, you know, everybody's like, you know, well, you know, the DJs run the scene out here. So they're like the gods, for better or for worse, you know, but they decide what people they're going to have at the events, you know. We know, like, in Texas, I'm friends with a promoter, you know, and he books us, you know.
Right.
So we're grateful to him for that. His name is Marty Red Dagger, you know, Red Dagger Productions. Great guy, promoter, yeah. And he actually saves us, man. He gives us gigs, and they're usually good. We played with Antanya, you know, we were on tour with them for a little bit.
Yeah, twice. We were last summer in Texas.
Yeah.
And then we also did a little mini East Coast tour.
Yeah. So we get a bone once in a while.
Yeah. So what inspires this look that you guys have going on? How'd you come up with that?
What look?
I don't know, like your makeup and the thing on your head and stuff.
I'm not wearing makeup, dude. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I really I've always liked makeup. You know, it's nice to be, you know, not who you are. You know, it's like it's everybody likes Halloween. Why not? Like Al Jorgensen said, why not be Halloween all the time? You know?
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, no particular reason. Feel like a clown sometimes. You know, looking a bit like it. Someone actually, a review recently called me Coco the Clown. So, yeah, all right, fine. You know, I'll add that in too.
And what about that, like, leather harness mask thing that you've got going?
What was that?
Your mask?
Yeah, I was asking about your leather harnessy masky thing you got.
Yeah, I actually like that stuff. I love. Can I say this?
Yeah, say what you said.
Love the BDSM scene, and
she was involved in pretty heavy.
In New York City. So, Yeah, I love the look of it. I
Mm.
love metal.
They have
and
great
leather
gear.
and yeah, it's great.
Absolutely.
So and plus, for me, just wearing headgear or masks is a lot easier than putting on makeup all the time. Too.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot quicker to get on stage and yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm
So
going to
that's why
start
I
going
like
with
that.
masks. A lot easier. You know, you're anonymous. You know, I have a
Mm,
lot of cool masks. I just haven't worn them
Yeah.
yet. You know, but who knows?
yeah. If each of you were an animal, what kind would you be and why?
I like groundhogs. We have them in the back. I love the things, man. Yeah, maybe a groundhog. I don't know.
Okay.
They really don't like people, and they kind of shy away from people. You know, I can definitely be a groundhog.
Well, they walk around like they're badass too.
I don't hate people. You know, there's some great people out there. You know,
Yeah,
it's hit and miss. You know, I'm just goofing. You know, I'm
I
cool
hear
with
you.
people. If they're cool with me, I'm totally cool with them. You know, but I do like groundhogs though. I don't know about her.
I don't know. I guess they're kind of cute, but
A groundhog?
yeah,
No, you
no,
can't be a groundhog.
me, no. Animals. Boy, that's
She'd be a cat. She is a cat. She doesn't even like to get her face wet in the shower.
my whole.
You know,
Well,
I mean,
when I was 5 years old, what I really wanted to be was a werewolf. So
you
I
never.
don't know.
One day,
Hmm?
man, one day could happen.
To become a werewolf,
Yeah.
you never know.
never know.
You
All
can be
right,
anything you want now.
True.
all right. You mentioned you're on Facebook. What other socials do you have?
Instagram,
Yep.
Spotify, um, the
YouTube.
YouTube,
Yeah, we're
yeah,
on there. So
the 2 videos. We have a lot of videos on YouTube, but like I said, I could easily take them down and just keep the 2 up currently, you know. But like actually, people are still buying the other 2 albums. You know why? You know, I'm not. You know, I'd like to just forget them, but and that's the truth. I really would, but we did them. You know, so
I mean,
it's
well,
cool
they
that
were
they're
great.
buying them though.
Well, they were great albums.
She thinks
were,
so.
yeah, they
Yeah.
were.
They were a
great.
struggle, man.
Great
I record, mix, and master on my own. And like the first album, you can hear that I really didn't know what I was doing,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and the second album kind of better. And I've tried to work with people. I've tried, and I just can't. I mean, like, I just, I don't mean to be. I'm not an arrogant person, but I just feel I could do a better job, than
Mhm.
the people that I've worked with sometimes.
Well, we know what we want. We know the
Yeah.
sound that we
Right.
want to cross, and it's sometimes it's hard
Yeah.
to get others to
Right.
hear
right,
what
right,
you're
right.
hearing or feeling.
It's
Yeah.
like your vision of something.
Yeah.
Unless everything's online now or like through messages, it's like you can't convey what you have to sit there with them in the studio, and they're not always local. So to actually get them to understand what you were looking for in that song or part, but yeah, I just work better on my own. So I'm just trying to improve my skills at mixing and mastering. And,
Yeah.
It's getting easier, slow, took a long time, but it's getting there.
Is there anyone who like you really wish you could feature on a song or something? Like, like absolute dream person to work with?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people, we would collab. Like I may not work good when it comes to my stuff,
Right.
like I know what I want, that's it. I know exactly what I want, and I know how I want it to sound. But I'm a great collaborator because I'm a bass player.
Mhm.
Bass players generally are. You have to be a team player. I mean, and I love being. I mean, I was in John Bechtel from Ministry, his original band, as the bass player for a time before COVID hit and everything fell apart. But yeah, as a team player, I mean, I could work with other people, and collaborate, which I gladly would do. Just haven't reached out to anyone for a while because working on this album two, we threw away one, and we were like, it took a long time. I was just so preoccupied trying to make this band go in a certain direction that I didn't work with people that I probably could have.
Right.
And I hope they forgive me for that. I really want to work with other people, and do remixes and get remixed, and I just
we would love to get some remixes done, and we'd love to remix other bands. It's actually because we're not concentrating so much on doing albums, and we're more going towards working on singles just to
it
so now
gives us
we
more
have
time.
a lot more time,
which
is it's a lot more freedom, and we can do a lot more, and we'd love to work with other people.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. What do you want to say to anyone who watches this?
Well, for those, first of all, thank you for having us on.
Yeah,
no problem.
For those who do give us any support or thumbs up, you don't know how much we appreciate it. Sometimes it's crickets, even from friends, it's just any support. Anyone that thinks anything of us is massively appreciated, man. I don't have a big ego. I'm not an ego person. I have confidence, but she would even knows I'm not an ego person. I mean,
I hear you.
I'm an ego type individual. I'm not. I'm pretty straight up, down to earth, and I won't pull punches for what I think, but man, I will be happy to collaborate and stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, if you like it, share it.
Yeah.
Let people know. We just get the word
we're
out.
independent, man. It's hard to independent bands. They struggle. They lay everything out of their pockets. We spent already a lot of money on this album, and don't get much out of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we played for places with nobody there. Because we don't have a name. But a name there's people worse than us, but certainly better.
Right.
But we're working on it,
man.
We're
working on it.
We're going to keep pushing. And even if nobody supported us, we'll just claw our way through it, whatever we have to do to make it work.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you for coming on, and I definitely enjoyed talking to you guys.
Yeah, same.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you. Kitten, what are you doing? Okay.
We're about to deal with that too.
Yeah, we have to.
Our cat is scratching at the door.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, same age as your cat.
Just
young.
about, yeah.
Just out of control.
All right.
She's we live for the cat now, and that wasn't supposed to happen.
I understand.
But,
all right. Thank you though for coming on. Ow.
Thank you, Eric.
All right. Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
Losing